A three-day presidential election has ended in Russia, and the winner won't surprise you. Vladimir Putin is claiming a landslide victory after a stage-managed election with no real competition and widespread reports of manipulated results. While Russia's allies celebrate the win, others are concerned about what comes next, particularly for the invasion of Ukraine. Maria Saru joins us live with all the details. And Maria, how is Putin's re-election expected to affect the war?
Nicole, border shelling has already intensified since Putin's win, and Ukrainians are worried that more Putin means more war. After securing a new 6-year term, Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke at an open-air concert to mark the 10th anniversary of Russia's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine. Addressing the massive crowd, he said, "In the end, we did it. It is a big event in the history of our country." It's a glimpse at what Putin says his win represents, a desire for internal consolidation that will allow Russia to act effectively at the front line.
He may use this to engage in new conscription. The last conscription, which was supposed to be limited conscription, resulted in several 100,000 of some of the best and brightest young men fleeing the country. And if he institutes more conscription because it's taken huge losses, has been a meat grinder, I think he would lose even more of the talent in Russia.
After a 3-day election that saw millions of people head to the polls, Putin won with 87.28% of the vote. But experts say the conclusion was always foregone, with widespread reports of ballot stuffing.
You rigged the entire system from the beginning. You have no viable opponents. You control the media. You shut down any opposition media, any independent media. You control social media. You can build any support that you want. In a sense, you might say he was rather modest by picking only 87.
Putin is 71 years old and is entering his 5th term as Russia's president, a position he could hold until at least 2030. If he sees it through to the end, Putin will surpass Joseph Stalin's 29-year reign and become Russia's longest-serving leader since Catherine the Great. The Kremlin's victory was met with supportive reactions from Moscow residents. This woman told Reuters, "I think there is going to be a colossal change for the best, especially everything regarding the war with Ukraine. I think everything will turn out for the good of Russia." And another woman said, "I think our future is the brightest. Everything will be good and stable." But in Kyiv, people are bracing for the war to get much worse. This man said, "We have to be on guard, especially the big cities where at present it is quiet, but at any moment the Russians can start something big, start bombing, similar to what was happening during World War II. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky met with U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham about the future of aid efforts, with Graham warning that the needs of Americans come first.
We are thankful for all these 2 years support from Congress of the United States, and now this is very challenging period.
We're going to help you, but we have to also understand that the American taxpayer and the American people have needs too.
Experts say there are signs of discord among Ukraine's Western supporters.
I think people are increasingly weary of the conflict. There is not in most of the Western countries public appetite for a sustained conflict, and of course, if Trump gets in again, he's already made his position clear. His approach to NATO is essentially that of a mobster running a protection racket.
It's unclear whether Canada will meet its NATO spending targets. And over the weekend, Putin said the conflict between Russia and NATO will be one step away from World War III if NATO gets too involved.